Majumdar. I work for Locus Enterprise Solutions. It's an unlisted company. I founded it back in 2000. So it's been 23 years of running Locus. Today, my role is largely to do all customer-facing activities, and I'm the president of the business. So a total of about 27, 28 years of experience.
My name is Nipun Majumdar. I work for a company called Locus Enterprise Solutions. My designation is ESG Business Innovation, which is I spend a lot of my time looking at opportunities for Locus to evolve into in the ESG sector. And I've been in the workforce for 2 years, but I've only been working a little over a year at Locus.
Hello, I'm Prithika Majumdar, and I'm working for Johnson & Johnson. I have been working for less than 6 months. I'm a part-time student. I'm working on the global services sector.
So my name is Divyanshu Sahu. I'm currently working as analytic consultant at Consult AI, and I'm in the work of profession for last 8 years.
Hi, I'm Karuna Majumdar. I'm working as a test lead in Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and I have been in this industry for almost 8 years now.
My name is Deepak Majumdar. I work for HCL America and have been in the system for about 22 plus years in the industry.
To me, it's more than planning the day, it is planning the week. In the start of the week, I prefer to plan my days, each of those weekdays. And then all the activities that I would have listed for the week, I make sure that I pick them appropriately in the start of the day to ensure it is properly prioritized, which I may not do in the beginning of the week, but beginning of the day, I will start prioritizing things that I need to. And I will ensure that every task I pick is accomplished.
I do tend to complete my work on time. My days are lately planned around other people. Since it's a lot of research and innovation, I have to schedule my day in segments where I can work with developers that where we're collaborating to see how we can develop new products, or I have to work with other leaders or specific salespeople to find opportunities.
I usually over the weekends I'll have like a Google calendar set for my entire week, unless I have new meetings scheduled. Then I will go through the update throughout the day on the hourly basis I work for. And in terms of finishing my work, yes, I do. I have to report to my manager directly about everything I've done throughout the day. And so I do tend to finish my work on a daily basis.
We usually have to start day early as we have the day shift. And before starting the work, what I have been doing is I write down my plan, what is there in throughout the day, what are all the tasks I have to complete by end of the day. And I write down those points. And this would be based on priority, based on the discussions that we had in the meetings. So that's how I start my day. So write down all the points, all the key points, what would be required to complete the task by end of day. So that is my plan for the day.
No, I would like to complete it long before the allotted time, because it saves time for me to do other things, which is how I prefer, because I personally like to engage in doing studies, engaging in learning things and so on. So if a task is completed, then I have free time to do some of that.
I weigh my time and opportunity by urgency and importance. If it is urgent and it's simple, then I do it right away. If it's not urgent, then I may postpone it to days where either I'm not traveling to office, so I have more time to finish the task, or if it is not important, then it's usually off my list until it becomes important.
I think this kind of relates to my personality. I'm someone who likes to finish things on time, or I get anxiety. So if I have a work assigned to me, I'll be finishing it right then and there, and then I'll focus the free time on doing other things.
I usually tend to finish the task as on time, and if it is possible to finish before time and proactively take up additional tasks. It doesn't happen normally that we estimate less for each task. But if sometimes the estimates go wrong and we have an opportunity to finish the task in much faster time, obviously, yes, we would finish that. Yeah.
I would prefer to complete it much earlier and spend the remainder of the time to strategize or other activities that is really important for me to kind of strategize, not only from the business perspective, but also from the productivity and other aspects perspective as well.
Time management is everything for Locus, the business that I run, because all of our business is about how our field force is consumed. So it is something like time and material. So our billing to our customers is based on time and material. So every hour that is spent by some of my field force teams is equal to the money that we make for the time spent on activities they do. So time is everything in our business. And customers also are very careful about being sure they engage the right people, they engage the right skills, and the approximation on time is also properly done. So it's very, very important for the business.
Well, since I just started working, I don't know how much of a big impact it would have, because I'm also doing a lot of training videos in terms of self-growth and growing professionally. But I also work in the finance department, so if I don't consolidate a file or I don't run the numbers faster, I do understand that there's a loss of time, and my company does deal with loss when I don't get the numbers correctly and on time.
I think time management is very important aspect for every individual who's working for a company. Obviously, it is important that they manage on time, they manage the time, making sure everything is getting delivered on time, and also kind of looking at the aspects of the customer requirements. Those are getting delivered because it is, in a sense, directly or indirectly impacting the customer business and our productivity benefits and what have you, right? So it is equally important that every individual who's working for an organization has to be more responsible in terms of managing the time, which not only impacts the company's productivity, but also customer satisfaction.
Couple of things that I would think will help us improve efficiency is by making teams far more productive on engaging with new technologies very, very early. Some of them, for example, people, in spite of all the tech capability available, they're not very collaborative. There are channels for you to learn things very quickly, channels for you to collaborate with people and get results early. I wonder, in spite of having every resource at hand, why people haven't engaged with technology as much as they should. And if that is the training we could provide to our resources early as they start their careers, it will be very, very useful. I personally engage with a lot of tech capability just so that I can be very collaborative, I can be part of channels which is super active, the channels which can give immediate answers to things that can otherwise stay pending for long enough. So that's where I think efficiencies can improve.
That's a tough question since I'm fairly new. But J&J as an organization focuses a lot on teamwork and like working together as a team. In terms of efficiency, as freshers, I think they should have more bootcamp programs or training programs for us to get more equipped earlier on than wait for a much longer time. And I think that would essentially increase efficiency overall, since as freshers, we would know how to start working quickly, adapt quickly, instead of waiting for a longer duration of time.
So what we should do for completing any project is like assign the roles and responsibility to each of the employees. Like clearly define the vision of the project, what are all the goals of the projects, and how it will impact the company overall, how it will impact the organization overall. So there where before starting any project, we should have plan, and it should be thoroughly discussed among the employees who and all are involved in that project.
I think one of the biggest important aspect is while the companies are adhering to some of the maturity models in the industry, what they have to align towards. But the biggest aspect is, or the challenging aspect of what I'm seeing today is people getting aligned to those processes and stuff like that, right? So it is important that if the team is fully aligned to the processes that has been established, I think that will overcome most of the challenges what we see on the ground.
And I keep saying this, work is elastic. You wish to stretch it, it can be stretched how much ever you deal with. It is extremely important that we stay very focused, we time things properly, and be very task oriented. Otherwise, you never know. A piece of work that can be done by one individual in 1 hour can also get done by 5 individuals in 5 hours. The same work, and that happens in corporations. That happens in a lot of businesses, which is something that we've been extra careful about, because this is how our customers are measuring us. This is how we are measuring people productivity. So it's extremely important that the approximation on how much time is needed to complete a task is very important in our business.
I think Parkinson's law can be in effect in certain cases during work, especially times where there are no deadlines, as I alluded to earlier. But it also, I think I've seen this graphing where there are 4 quadrants on the axis of importance and urgency, as also I was alluding to earlier. And seems like anything that is not important or not urgent, which is one of those quadrants, seems like those tasks never do end up being completed. Or I think important but not urgent, those tasks also can be prolonged. Anything urgent seems like it gets done, and which is why I think deadlines certainly help.
I would rather say it doesn't affect directly or to my work, but I think given the amount of activities that we typically do in a day, obviously at times it becomes very difficult to kind of finish off things on time. However, being a little proactive will obviously help a lot for us to kind of finish on the task what we have to complete under the deadlines that we have to do as per the requirements that come to us.
I have learned the complexity of the questions and how one question can have various answers.
I finally learned how to take an interview, also how teamwork incorporates along with the importance of teamwork.
I learned about the diversity in interpretation of a single statement.
I learned about the essence of collaboration and how technology can give a major boost to it.
I learned how we can get a better grasp on a subject by learning through different perspectives.
I learned how to handle a set of data collecting from a survey, that is a little glimpse on the operational research procedure.
How do you think Parkinson's law affects your work specifically?
What is Parkinson's law?
What is Parkinson's law?
नमस्कार, आज का समाचार 2 अक्टूबर गांधी जी का बर्थडे.
Okay, let's start.